And now, a can't-miss moment from the Charlie James Show.
America has forgotten how to laugh, and I think we need to do more laughing. And one of the ladies I'd love to see when she pops up on my Instagram feed or my Facebook feed, I always stop and always watch her stand up. Her name is Leanne Morgan. She is going to be at the Peace Center coming up on February the 24th, which is a Friday at 7 o'clock. And then 2 shows on Sunday, February the 26th. Please welcome to the program, Leanne Morgan. Welcome, ma'am. Glad to have you.
Well, you angel, thank you, Charlie, for having me. And what precious words you've said.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are just, now you didn't start out actually as a stand-up comedian, did you?
No, my darling, I moved to the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains with my husband. And I had my first baby, and I started selling. I wanted to make a little money, Charlie, on the side to get my hair highlighted, and because my husband doesn't like to spend money. And I started selling jewelry like women sell Tupperware or Mary Kay in women's homes. And honey, they thought I was funny. I was supposed to be talking about jewelry, and I was talking about breastfeeding and hemorrhoids, and people thought I was funny. And a woman TT'd on the couch one night. And that gave me the strength to try to make it in comedy. I'm not kidding.
That's what did it. You said,
I can do it.
If I can make this woman wet the couch, then I can make the Peace Center in Greenville, South Carolina do the same.
Yes, that's exactly right. 22 years ago. Can you imagine?
Wow. That's pretty amazing. So, I mean, and your stories are about life. They're about getting older. Did you have a big Christmas this year? Do you have a big family that came in?
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got 3 children that I'm in love with. They're all grown. I've got a grandbaby that's 2 and 1 on the way. And so we really had a big time with him this year because he didn't know what was going on, and we bought him way too much. But, I mean, we just sat and cheered and said Hercules, and he had on Christmas pajamas, and we all, were so on fire. But yeah, we had a good Christmas, my darling. And that's what I talk about. I talk about, you're right, family things and, menopause and my husband and all that.
So how long have you been married?
30 years.
30 years. Now, I just read a study today that for every negative encounter that you have in your relationship, you should have 5 positive ones in order to have some sort of balance. Is that what you're finding in your relationship with your husband?
Oh, yes, that's what I need to strive for, Charlie. I am in California right now, and I'm out here for a month, and my husband's coming for 1 weekend, and I'm going to have to do biblical things, Charlie. I'm going to have to, yes, make him feel loved. I bet you are right. I would say that study is right, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So what has been the most fascinating? What has been the thing to you being out on the road, meeting people from all over America with your stand-up comedy? What is one thing that has really stood out to you the most?
Okay, Charlie, without being sappy, what has happened for me and who my audience is, I have figured out that everybody is normal, everyday people that have raised a bunch of kids, just want to have a good time. They help each other. They're not angry. Like all this going on in the United States, I don't think most people feel that way. I think everybody tries to help, and I think people want to laugh. They want their kids to do well, and they want everybody else to do well. I've got the sweetest fans in the world, and they're just everyday people, and they're darling. And I think Hollywood has ignored them, and they're in every town. And I thought, oh Lord, is anybody going to like me in Seattle, Washington? There's normal, everyday people in Seattle, Washington that have raised a bunch of kids, and they're going through menopause. You know what I'm saying, Charlie?
I do.
And they like a big panty. They like a good, comfortable panty. Did you know that? You probably don't even know what I'm talking about. My first tour was called the Big Panty Tour. And
right.
I just finished it. And we had a big time talking about my panty. And then now, I shot a Netflix special, and that's coming out in April. I cannot believe it. And then I've got a new tour, and I call this one the Just Getting Started because I feel like I'm just getting started at 57.
Wow. That's pretty amazing. So here's the question. I mean, how long are you going to do it?
Well, honey, I don't know how long I can hold up. Now, you know, when I'm selling tickets and having big shows and all that, and who knows how long it'll last. And I really feel like, because I've done this 22 years, that when it does end, and it will, that I can just ride off the sunset and kiss these grandbabies in the mouth. That's what I think. I think that I know my children want a bunch of kids, and I think I'll just be able to bow out of this thing and start cooking again.
And do it gracefully. And do it gracefully, right?
I really think I can.
Because one of the things you talk about is these rock stars that just for some reason will not give it up. They won't they won't just go out and retire.
They done all that. I feel very fortunate that if I'd have hit this when I was 20 years old and I had to sustain this, I couldn't have done it.
Right.
But now, you know, this happening late in my life. I mean, it's just been a ball. I could just go and be with all these fun people. And I look out into the audience, and everywhere I go, I think I'd be best friends with every one of these people.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
They're like my like good girlfriends, and they bring their husbands, and it's really sweet. Am I sappy? Am I too sappy?
Not sappy at all. I think the world needs a lot of good. We need to laugh, and we need to be a little more sappy.
Thank you, my darling. I think we need to laugh too. It's been a booger of a last few years.
Yeah, it really has. And everybody's stressed. You find it out when people come there. I mean, that's just the thing, just to be able to sit in and be entertained in a theater and just let all of those cares melt away. Is there a certain time or a certain point in your show where you can act, because I know you're getting hit by the spotlight and you can't see a whole, a tremendous amount in front of you. But is there a time when you just see all of a sudden people's just cares just melt away?
Yes, I do, and it's a great feeling. And and this is another thing that I see, because I can see about 3 or 4 rows back. I see husbands and wives elbowing each other, and laughing. And I think I'm so thankful they can relate to me. They say I'm relatable, and people always go, "Oh my gosh, are you spying on me and my husband?" But yeah, what I talk about, it's not political. It's not anything I don't think would offend anybody. It's just me talking about Lord raising these kids and my husband, and all the stuff that I've been through, what I'm going through now. And so I do think that people can just forget for a little while and have a good time.
That is certainly the key. Well, Leanne Morgan going to be at the Peace Center coming up on Friday, February the 24th, Sunday the 26th, 2 shows, 5 and 8 o'clock. Leanne Morgan, can't wait to see you here in the upstate of South Carolina. We appreciate it.
Thank you, my darling. I think y'all live in one of the prettiest places in the world. I cannot wait to come.
Well, come on. We'd love to see you. Thank you, Leanne Morgan.
Don't miss the Charlie James Show. Weekdays 3 to 7 on 106.3 WORD and the Odyssey app.